Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Josh and today we're going to be talking about handheld rigs for the S5 for video and specifically whether side handles are worth it for handheld shooting. A quick disclaimer before I get started, this grip was actually sent to me by Ulanzi for review. However, all my thoughts on this product are going to be truthful and transparent in this video, and they have not seen this video before it goes live, so they've not seen it before anyone else has. So yeah, just so you know, these are going to be my honest thoughts about this product. Starting off with the build quality of this product, I actually think it's built extremely well. It's an all metal construction. The rubber grip is soft and it feels really nice in the hands. It's got a nice soft rubber grip on the base plate too, so that's going to protect your camera nicely, but more on that a bit later. And it's also got a bunch of 1/4-20 mounting holes across it. So it's got 3 on the top here, 1 on the side, and then 3 also on the bottom of the base plate as well, which is really nice. It's also got a cold shoe at the top of the handle, which means you can attach things like mics and lights and screens and all that sort of stuff, so that's a really good feature of this product too, I think. It's also really nice looking, I think, and it actually matches the S5 really nicely. So before I go ahead and tell you my thoughts exactly on this product, I have got loads of video examples for you to watch now that were shot by me using this grip, and everything was shot handheld. I got some close-up detail shots, I got some moving shots where I was walking along on quite bumpy terrains, like out in the woods and stuff, and also on uneven surfaces, so hopefully that gives you a rough idea of how this actually performs when you're hand-holding. So overall, my thoughts about this product, the positives first and foremost, I do have to say it does feel extremely comfortable to use. I felt that having both the right hand grip that you normally get on your camera body and also the left hand grip, it definitely gave me a sense of stability that I didn't have before. It was actually really nice to hold it this way, and I actually felt more comfortable when walking along with a handheld rig as opposed to not having it and just using a top handle, so that was really nice. To the touch, the grip feels absolutely fantastic over long periods of time, and because the rubber is quite soft, it's actually quite nice on the hand, so when you are holding your camera set up for quite a while, even after you start chucking screens on and lights and mics and stuff, it actually does still feel quite nice, which is really good because sometimes I do like to rig the S5 up quite a lot, where I have the big 7-inch monitor on it as well as a microphone and all that other stuff. So yeah, it was definitely really comfortable to use after using it for, let's say, sort of 3 to 4 hours at a time. So I also use a top handle for quite a lot of my handheld shooting, and I've got to say I actually prefer the side grip over the top handle, and the reason being is because I found that I can actually do more shots holding the camera that way as opposed to having a top handle on. I mean, of course, the top handle is absolutely fantastic for when you're shooting at sort of waist height or any lower than that, but I think that having the side grip is actually more useful for the most part in terms of what shots I like to do, which is sort of from the waist upwards. It definitely felt more comfortable to me. So if I had to pick between a top handle or a side handle for my camera rig, I'd definitely be picking a side handle. Okay, now on to the only 2 negatives that I can say about this grip, and the first one for me is actually quite a big one because I do use the monitor a lot, and that is that you don't really get too much clearance from the wire when it's plugged into your camera when this is mounted. And what I've done is I've actually moved it over to the furthest setting, so it's the furthest away from the side of the camera that it can possibly be, and even then I still feel like my fingers are dangerously close to that mini HDMI port, so that for me was definitely a downside. While the soft rubber on the base plate of this grip is really nice and actually protects the bottom of your camera quite nicely, it actually lends lends itself to another issue, and that is the fact that you get a slight bit of play on this grip when it's attached to your camera because it is so soft. So over an extended period of time, you'll feel that it's actually sort of slightly moving away or sort of bending round more than it should be, as opposed to when you set it to be completely flush or parallel to the camera body. This for me wasn't a massive deal, to be honest, because it wasn't that major, and it only really started to have that creep when I started forcing it a different way, but generally for the most part it stayed in position it was meant to. But it just means that even when you properly tighten it down, you might still get some wiggle in there. But I just think it's a good thing to point out for you guys if you are thinking about getting a side handle, and this one in particular. Overall, for the price of £35 or thereabouts, I'd say that you can't really go wrong with this grip. It's extremely comfortable, it's well built, it has loads of mounting points, and it's definitely worth it when it comes to handheld shooting. Using this grip definitely did make my handheld rig a lot more comfortable, and with this grip on I do feel a lot more comfortable getting some more moving shots, or shots that I normally leave to my gimbal, because I do definitely feel like I'm in more control with it. So honestly, I'd say it's definitely worth the money. Of course, there are a few small issues like I mentioned, but I say that the positives for this far outweigh the negatives, and I definitely would recommend it to anyone that is looking for a side grip to go specifically with their S5 or another camera of that sort of size. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it somewhat useful and entertaining, and if you did, then please consider subscribing because it helps me out massively, and hopefully I shall see you in my next video. Thank you.